Hey, NASCAR fans. You know booming speeds when you see it at Xfinity Wi-Fi. They are booming this year with the roar, like the roar of a NASCAR engine on race day. It's reliable as one of the best pit crews in the garage and as fast as a V8 engine. Xfinity Wi-Fi gives you the power and speed of NASCAR right there in your home. And just choose the right plan for you, and you're on your way. You're off to the races. The best streaming experience for NASCAR and all your favorite sports. Xfinity Wi-Fi is booming. They don't just raise the bar. They stream in overdrive. Xfinity, proud premier partner of NASCAR. Let's get right to the questions.
Let's do it. This first one is coming from Nicholas. They saw Becoming Earnhardt is coming soon. So what can we expect? Can you give us a teaser as to what is coming for Becoming Earnhardt 1980?
Yeah, Becoming Earnhardt is just a show that I started. I got these two scrapbooks from my aunt. When my grandmother passed away, we went to her house. We're kind of looking through some of the things and, photos and all kinds of stuff. And there's these two scrapbooks that my aunt made, and they are literally, one is from the 79 year and one's from the 80 Cup season. And she cut out every article and everything. And so right there in front of me, man, is basically just kind of like a book of like, here's what happened to Dad. And I just never really dove into that real deeply to get details about that particular couple of years when he drove for Rod Osterlund and landed his first full-time ride in NASCAR. So we decided to make a series, Becoming Earnhardt, to detail what's in those scrapbooks and the things that we learned. It's pretty interesting. 1980 is what this particular season of Becoming Earnhardt will be focusing on. And there is a high-profile split with crew chief Jake Elder. How Jake handles that in the media is wild. Like, Jake goes off the rails. Jake comes back on the rails. It's just wild. And Dad and Cale get nippy in the media late in the year. Cale actually is real critical of Dad on the racetrack. And, just watching that whole, kind of reliving, putting yourself in the moment of going back through that particular year. I think it's really fun for me. I'm a nostalgia freak. I love the history of the sport. So just it is a great time for me. Good reason, good excuse for me to sort of dive more into learning more about that particular part of Dad's life. And so I lived a lot of the late 80s and the 90s. I wasn't even in Dad's life in 1980. I was not living with him yet. So, and the car that he won the championship with, the car that he finished the last lap at Ontario and clinched the title, is that car sitting right here in front of us. That's the freaking car that was there that day that he drove. It's just wild to me. So, the aura off of the thing is just insane. And so pretty cool. Should be a lot of fun for people to listen to. They'll be very, it's a bit similar to the first series. If you listen to Becoming Earnhardt, the first series, the episodes are really detailed and long. There was a lot of stuff in there that I wanted to force into each episode, and there was a lot that didn't get added that I wanted to talk about, but these will be much easier to consume. This will be a more friendly, nicer appetite of a show.
That has to be such a challenge to figure out what to include, what not to, because all these details are like, oh, this is so good, but it could be so niche. So.
And what you'll hear is we'll have some special guests. Deb Williams, who's been a reporter and writing about NASCAR forever. She lived through all of this. She's part of it. Doug Richard is the crew chief on the car, is in the show. We did some interviews with him, some new stuff. And then we used a lot of original calls from MRN. And there was also an alternate broadcasting network that is now property of App State, the college.
Wow.
And so we went to their archives to pull out some of the original calls from those radio broadcasts. And so hearing all that stuff's a lot of fun.
That is super cool. And he's entered the room. He's worked very hard on that. Can't wait to listen to it. I haven't had a chance to listen to it. I want to listen to it when everyone else does. But this next question coming from Brian on Twitter, what's the story on this decal from this late model? And he's referring to the Calvin decal, and I might be able to show the screen.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah. So
what's the story behind this?
Yeah, I've talked about this before, but some people may not know. JW was another late model racer, Jerry Williams. He was he might have been, I know he was a Mid-Atlantic champion one year. He might have been a national champion. I can't remember, but he was a really solid racer around Myrtle Beach and Florence and that area, Somerville, I suppose. But that was like my second or third year maybe at Myrtle Beach. Mm-hmm. And I was racing with him. We were running a 150 lapper one night at the beach, and I didn't have a lot of racecraft, so I'd make mistakes. I get underneath him down the front straightaway. We're coming down into turn one, and I overdrove the entry, and I slid up the track, and I hit him in the left rear tire pretty hard. It spun us both out. It bent the drag link on my car. I was out of the race. I think he was also out. It probably knocked the left rear tire off his car. But we hit hard, spun out. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I made a mistake, and screwed up my race. Well, we come back like 2 or 3 weeks later for a regular 100 lap feature. And I am a freaking half a lap ahead, cruising to a victory. Car's hauling ass. And I'm flying. And man, the race is just going by and going by. There's not a whole lot going on. Everybody's super spread out. I'm lapping up to like 4th place. Well, I come up on him to put him a lap down, and he pulled really low down the back straightaway, and I thought, that's odd. I think he's going to try to get me down here in turn 3 and 4. We go down into turn 3 and 4, and I see him. He's coming up the track, and I'm driving up the track toward the wall in the middle of the corner trying to run away from him. And he finally gets up to me and hits me in the left rear tire, spins me out. I ended up running 4th that night or something, but I was, no question, going to win the feature that night. And so that was at the very end of the year. That particular race was the All-American 400, probably about 112, 115 late model stocks. There were a lot of all-pro cars there, big race. And that was the Calvin pissing on JW, pissing on Jerry Williams. We put that on there because we were so mad.
That's aggressive.
That we got spun out.
Did he see it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he might not. If he didn't see it that day, we've talked about it on this show several times.
Yeah. Well, that's a good way to get back at somebody.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have loved to have just won the feature and not gotten spun out.
Right. But instead, you made a sticker.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got time for one more quick question, and it's from Vicky. What's one item of your dad's that you don't have but wish you did?
Oh, man. I mean, there's... I mean, I don't know that there's something that stands out. I really don't know that there's something that stands out. I guess if there was a rifle or a shotgun that Ralph had given him, might be cool. Something that had been given to him by Ralph.
Yeah.
Like
that is in
any
the
kind of
family
item.
now.
Yeah. That would be kind of neat. I'm sure. So he had this closet, where nobody's been in this closet since the day he passed away. And so there's a lot of stuff in there that's probably, if I could go to a space to take a look at what is physically there, that's absolutely no question where I'd go. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in that room that, old racing uniforms and his gun collection and all types of stuff like that.
This closet, you might not know much about it, so I apologize if it's like a dumb question, but like, is it his personal stuff in there? Is it like memorabilia, or is it like a mix of...
It's his own things. Yeah. No memorabilia.
Cool.
I don't want any memorabilia.
Right. Well, I mean, like, is it racing related, or is it life related? Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, but it's old uniforms. Mine and Kelly's military uniforms are in this closet.
Oh.
Yeah, so some of our stuff's in there. I think Kelly stuck some of her old racing uniforms in there as well.
Yeah.
And so it'd be cool to see some of that stuff or even, get it. But it's not pressing.
Yeah.
But maybe one day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good place to. I know it was quick. I saw some great questions. I wrote them down. So if you didn't hear your question, tune in for the later weeks. So
I appreciate it, everybody. We had to kind of shorten this one up just a little bit because we went really long on our show and we got an interview and all kinds of other things going on today. I got to go to an appearance. It's a full day. Thank you, Xfinity, for bringing the Ask Junior segment to us again this week. Be sure to check out Xfinity Wi-Fi to experience the booming speeds for yourself. Their Wi-Fi service is fast, and as NASCAR fans, we all know what fast is. And choose the right plan for you. You're off to the races. Best streaming experience in NASCAR and for all your favorite sports. Xfinity Wi-Fi is booming. They don't just raise the bar. They stream in overdrive. Xfinity is a proud premier partner of NASCAR, and we thank them.